Good morning, B2 Science students. How are you today? It's the fifth week of our distant learning, online learning. So before I would start for our learning target today, let's review first. I want you to get your book and turn it to page 42. Are you ready? Okay, so in this page, you will see kids, right? So the kids are making a circle. Yeah, they're making a circle. It looks like they're having fun. Okay, so again.
I love playing Minecraft.
Thank you. Close the door.
Okay.
I love you, buddy. Okay, so sorry about that. So again, these are the kids. They're playing around a circle. And then, as you have noticed, there are some area here that are dark. So what was it called again? It's shadow, right? So what is shadow? So a shadow is an area of darkness wherein the source of light is black, meaning it's covered, it's hindered by something. Black meaning the light cannot go through, cannot pass through. So the children are, what was the source of light here? It's the sun. And which one is the object that blocks the light, that hinders the light to pass through, that covers or block? If this is the sun, that blocks here, meaning the sun cannot pass through this way because something is blocking the sun, the light. So it's who is the object here that covers the light from the sun? It's the children, right? And the black here, the darkness, the area of darkness here is called shadow. All right, so I know you're so good with that. And now let's take a look with this picture. So turn your book to page 43. So in this picture, you will see two shadows. Why is that so? Why there are two shadows? Because there's only one light? Because there are two lights? Because there are three lights? There are two shadows here because there are two sources of light. And what is the source of light that you can see here? Is the lamppost. A lamppost or a street light. So this one, there are two lampposts here or street lights. That's why the shadow, that's why Mia, her name is Mia. That's why Mia has two shadows. Okay, for today's lesson, we will be talking about the shapes of a shadow. Is there really a shape of a shadow? Let's find out. So, our learning objective is I can identify shadow shapes. Let's read it again. I can identify shadow shapes. So this one, you can find this on your learner's book, page 44. Okay, so here we can see a man with his attaché case or with his case on his hand. Now, let's go first to the first sentence. Shadows do not always look like the object that makes them. Again, shadows do not always look like the object that makes them. Why? Why is that so, teacher? So one factor is the position of the source of light. The second one, is there any other things that makes the shadow not the same as the object that makes them? So in this picture, which one is the object? It's the man holding his attaché case. And what's the source of light? It's the sun. So as you can see, it's daytime. So shadows do not always look like the object that makes them white. So as you can see, the man is walking. Walking where? Where is he walking? He's walking in the jungle. This guy is going to his work, I think, and he is going up onto or in the stairs. So one reason why the shadow did not look exactly as the man, because as you can see, there is a stairs, and the stairs make it the shadow of the man difficult. It looks like it's like zigzag lines, right? Another thing, as I've said, is the position of the source of light. As you remember my previous video, if the sun is like at 12 noon, and this is you, your shadow will be only here. Very little, right? So the shadow does not really make the same as you or as the person or as the object that makes them. It will form different. Okay, so we're done with one. How about number two? Shadows can be a different shape. So again, there are factors that can make the shadow into a different shape, right? So sometimes the shadow will become longer, sometimes the shadow will become shorter, sometimes the shadow is going on a different direction in the morning and then a different direction at night or in the afternoon, just like before. Remember at 7 a.m., if this is a tree, at 7 a.m. the sun is where? Up on this side. So the shadow is going to the west, right? So this is, so again, if we have the cardinal direction, so the north is pointing up, south is down, east is to the right, and then west is on the left. So if the sun is here, the shadow is longer on this side, right? And again, we know that shadow is an area of darkness. And again, for 12 noon like this, it may be 11 a.m., the shadow of this sun or of this tree will be shorter and going to the west. But if the sun is on this side in the afternoon, like 2 p.m., the shadow of the tree is on this side. On this side. And then if around 6 p.m., the shadow of this tree will be going on the east and it's longer compared to the shadow that it makes during 12 or 2 p.m. like that. So again, shadows can be a different shape, not as like the object that makes them. So for 12 noon, the shadow is here very little. And number 3, shadows have no color. Have you seen a shadow that is color red, color blue? It's always black. It's always dark, right? It's always black. And they are always dark. So dark, yeah, like when we say black, black is dark. So dark. How to explain dark? Dark, yeah, dark. Just black is dark, right? So no color, but then to really when you draw something, if you draw the shadow, you will use the color black to emphasize its darkness. So again, especially at night, so black, something that you cannot see. Alright, so how about, so again, we have no color, but then to represent the word dark, we can use color black. That's Funny, right? And then number 4, shadows have no details like eyes or mouth. When I draw the teddy bear before, I just try to draw its body parts just to show you that that's a bear. But then actually it does not have a details. It doesn't have an eye, a nose, they cannot talk. Right, can shadow move by itself? No, but if you make the shadow and you move from one place, of course your shadow will always follow you, and as long as there is source of light. Okay. Alright, so again, I'm going to post some more videos about making shadows, and then maybe in a few more weeks, you're going to make or cut out paper shadows that you can play at home. Alright, again, to review, shadows do not always look like the object that makes them. So if I am the object, my shadow doesn't look like me. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, and it does not, shadows can be a different shape depending on the position of the source of light, and is there any other reasons like this, the stairs, that can make your shadow different. And then again, shadows have no color, but we use the color black to emphasize darkness, right? So, and then shadows have no details. It doesn't have an eye, nose, it cannot talk, it cannot hear. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something today, and have a beautiful Tuesday. Goodbye.